This is my daily commute to work. To the left here, you can see a single lane. That lane's being utilized as both an off-ramp and an on-ramp simultaneously. The expectation here is that traffic exiting the interstate and traffic entering the interstate will happily and seamlessly merge together, kind of like the teeth of a zipper. Well, that never happens. It's always chaos. It takes me over 20 minutes to get to work some days. That's not that long, right? Well, consider this. From where I live to where I work, the distance is about 1.5 miles. So, like countless others, I like to escape from this once in a while. Welcome to my channel. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Switchback Texan here. I call myself Switchback Texan for 3 reasons, or 3 if you're a Tarantino fan. First reason, I'm from Texas. Born and raised in San Antonio, still here in San Antonio. But make no mistakes, I do not own a cowboy hat. I have a 30-year-old pair of cowboy boots I've probably worn twice in the last 15 years. And that was basically to make myself look taller. And I've never ridden on the back of any animal, but I love my home state. I'm a Texan to the core. The second reason I call myself Switchback Texan is a metaphor. So a switchback is a trail or a road that zigzags up a mountain or a hill. The zigzag pattern is going to be easier, but it's also going to be a longer journey to the top, as opposed to a straight line which goes directly to the top, but it's certainly going to be more taxing, more enduring, harder. Which is to say the same thing about life itself. Slow down, pace yourself, don't rush to your destination. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the switchbacks of life. Now that sounds good, right? Nice little analogy, neat little figurative expression, but really, that's just a segue into the third and what I consider the most important reason I call myself Switchback Texan. I just think it sounds cool. Truth be told, it's going to be a union of things. So I don't know where it will end up. I don't know where it's going to go. But I do know this. It starts right here. This is our Jayco J-Flight 2023, model number 212QB. QB meaning queen bed, and I suppose the 212 has something to do with the length of the floor plan. Who cares? We love it. But we don't have it all set up right now because we're between trips. However, it doesn't have a slide. It has a dinette here and a sofa here in the back. And it's got an area right here for Cooper. Cooper's our cat. Goes everywhere with us. Cooper's also got his own little scratching post here. And he's also got his own little area that I've made just for him. So he's got his own little hideaway when he comes into the trailer. Queen bed, got a TV in the front and another 24-inch in the rear. And again, you know, we wanted to keep it kind of simple. Just the two of us and with the occasional guest traveling. And it's perfect. 25 feet, 8 inches long. Goes very nicely with my truck. And we couldn't be happier. But we are between trips right now, so it's not exactly what I would consider in presentable fashion. So just because I've never ridden on a horse, it doesn't mean that I'm not outdoorsy. I wouldn't have one of these if I wasn't. However, and this is the fun part, my wife, where I'm outdoorsy, she would probably be considered indoorsy. So that brings us to step 2, invoking enthusiasm from your wife about that first trailer trip. Naturally, there are going to be a lot of questions that come your way. Answer carefully, fellas. These were my answers. I'm going to share them with you. They're not what I would consider to be lies, per se. We can just call them extremely mild suppressions of truth for the greater good. Naturally. Also, these are only going to work once, so use wisely. So there you go. Those are my answers. That should set you up for the first trip. The rest is up to you. I love Texas state parks. I've been to quite a few. Growing up as a kid, we stayed in one of these things, little 17-foot Shasta. My family took vacations for 2-3 weeks at a time in a little 17-foot trailer. Me, my mother and father, and my sister. And where did we go? Mostly Texas state parks. I didn't see all of them, but the ones that I did see were spectacular. And I can't wait to get out there and see more and more and more. Our first trip to a state park was Lake Corpus Christi State Park near Mathis, Texas, about 120 miles from where we live. I'll show you some of that now. This isn't going to be an in-depth review of the park. That'll be another video in the future because we will be back here. We were just playing around with our cameras, getting used to them, and doing our best just to figure them out. Honestly, I was nervous about Mrs. Switchback and how things would be for her on this first outing. She was out of her element, and that was never far from my mind. I selected our specific trailer because it has enough of the creature comforts that would make this as pleasant as possible for her while still maintaining the feel of an outdoor experience. She's not accustomed to outdoor experiences. But I have to say, she loved it. Cooper loved it. That was also a concern. We had a fantastic and, most importantly, relaxing time. We had campfires, hiking trails, fishing, outdoor cooking. At the same time, we had TVs, a refrigerator, mobile hotspots, unlimited napping, and a nearby Dairy Queen. We had the best of everything. Bravo, Mrs. Switchback. I couldn't have been more proud. Into the jungle. Look, there you go. Everything you need to know about how not to get stung.
There's the grasshopper right there.
Uh-oh.
Ready to jump on me.
Uh-oh.
Hurry. My destination. If anyone's ever been murdered here.
So that's it. That's the little introductory video. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'd like for you to come with me on my journey of rediscovering my home state, little by little. We're not full-timers or anything like that, so we're just the typical weekend warriors. We'll get out when we can. I can't guarantee a video every Tuesday or whatever. Just often as I can, whenever I can. And I'd like for you to come along for the ride. from the Panhandle Plains down to the Gulf Coast shores, from Big Bends to Big Thickets. I'd like to see as much as I can. Our next trip will be to Goose Island State Park, which is a personal favorite for personal reasons, and I'm looking forward to it. Until then, I will see you next time. Switchback is out.